Fancy a phablet? Don't have half a grand to spunk on the latest Samsung Galaxy Note? Well, Sony's latest phone is a massive 5.3 incher that costs around 300 quid, packing in HD visuals, an 8 meg snapper and plenty more features. But is it worth your time and cash? Well, despite that huge screen, the T3 is impressively slim and light. That body is just 7mm thick. It's comfortable to hold, with a soft touch back that's less prone to fingerprint scuffage, although the size makes it a little tricky to fondle with one hand. The T3 rocks a typical Sony Xperia design, complete with that iconic circular power button. Sadly, there's no water resistance this time round, although the T3 will survive in a rainstorm. Just don't go dropping it in the loo. That ginormous 5.3 inch screen sports a reasonably sharp 720p resolution, as well as Sony's triluminous technology for a natural colour reproduction. Viewing angles are strong, and the sheer size of the screen means that a couple of family members can crowd around it to enjoy an app or a movie. It's also bright enough to comfortably read even in harsh glare. We're just gutted that it's not a 1080p panel to really show off that screen space. Android KitKat sports the usual Xperia overlay, which adds a couple of bonus features like app multitasking. Sony has thankfully added 4G support too, so you can browse the web at a decent speed, and 8GB of built-in storage can be expanded via microSD. Although the quad-core Snapdragon 400 processor handles the latest games in HD video with little sweat, we did notice the occasional weird glitch when using the Xperia T3. A couple of our apps delighted in crashing at specific points, even when freshly reinstalled, and the Chrome browser also sometimes glitched out on us. Thankfully, these little episodes were relatively rare, so we didn't get the mad ragey hiss fits. Battery life is also quite respectable considering the redonkulous size of that screen. We got a full day of use from each charge, or around 5 hours of video streaming before the thing died. It's good to see Sony's Exmor sensor tech wedged into the 8-megapixel camera, complete with the excellent Superior Auto mode, which takes attractive photos in almost any light. Our snaps generally came out well, with a decent bit of detail. Only in dimly lit interiors did we occasionally struggle. Good thing that there's a flash on the back to help out. You can drop to full manual mode to activate features such as HDR and also to change the resolution. There's a handful of other modes chucked in too, including the weirdly addictive AR mode, which throws a virtual Spider-Man into your shot. And you can film 1080p video too, complete with the nifty steady shot feature, which helps to cut any wobble from your home movies. Also worth the mention is the front-facing 1.1 megapixel snapper, which can be used for those essential selfies. Sony's even thrown in a portrait retouch mode, which adds terrifying virtual effects to your self-portraits. If you're craving a phablet-sized screen for consuming apps and media, the Sony Xperia T3 packs all the features you'd expect at an affordable price. It's a shame there's no 1080p resolution, but we're otherwise impressed. For the full review, check out recombu.com/mobile. Don't expect any serious evolution in design. However, what appears to be the same glass front and back panels is actually plastic, and heralds the return of the old-school Walkman button. Loads up the app and then pauses and plays your tunes,